Hello friends, this is Vanisha from Food Tech Network. Today we are going to solve the question paper regarding Food Analyst Examination MCQ Part 4. In our today's question paper, our major targeted area or our major targeted subject is Food Science and Nutrition subject. Before starting our session, I would like to let you know all that if you are not subscribed our channel, I would request you to please do subscribe our channel. Okay, so let's start with the question number. Number one is carbohydrates are our chief source of energy. Is it true or false? Definitely it is a true because they are the fast acting and agent and turn into energy as soon as they are ingested. This energy powers the brain and body instantly. How many percentage of energy requirement for all body function is obtained from carbohydrates? Option A 40%, option B 70%, option C 2%, and option D none of the above. B, that is 70%. As carbohydrate provides the majority of energy in the diets of the most of the people. There are many reasons why this is desirable. In addition to providing easily available energy for oxidative metabolism as well as carbohydrate containing foods that are vehicles for important micronutrients as well as phytochemicals. Dietary carbohydrate is important to maintain glycemic homeostasis or for gastrointestinal integrity and its function. 3. The main source of carbohydrates are option A protein, option B citrus fruits, option C starch and sugar, and option D none of the above. So C, that is starch and sugar. As plants converts glucose to starch for a storage and long-term energy usage. So the starch is insoluble and it can be stored in a plant tissues, making it a more efficient form of energy storage than other form. Question number 4 is how much percentage of human energy requirements are met by fats? Option A 10%, option B 20%, option C 30%, and option D is 5%. Option C, that is 30%. Carbohydrates, proteins, and fats in the food provide energy for the body functions as well as physical activity. They, however, do not produce the same amount of energy. The following is the energy contributions by the respective molecules, such as carbohydrate contributes 55 to 75% of the energy contribution, whereas protein contributes 10 to 15%. However, the fats contribute 30% of the energy. Citrus fruits are a very good source of fats. It is true or false? Definite answer. Because as we all know that citrus fruits contains no fat, or we can say that it's a less amount of fat or sodium. As well as being a plant food, it has no cholesterol. Dash tissues of animals consist of maximum number of fat. Option A adipose, option B heart, option C none of the above, and option D all of the above. So option A, that is adipose tissue of animal consists of maximum amount of fat, because adipose tissues are the connective tissues consisting mainly of a fat cells, that is adipose cells, as well as, or we can say that it's a different name, adipocytes, specialized to synthesize and contain a large globules of fat within a structural network of fibers. Soybean contains dash percentage of protein on a dry basis. Option A 10%, option B 20%, option C 19.5%, as well as option D 14%. So the right D, that is 40%. Soybean On a dry basis, it contains 40% protein as well as 20% fat in the form of soybean oil by a weight, as well as the remainder consists of 30% carbohydrates, 5% water and 5% ash. Soybean comprises approximately 8% seed coat or hull and 90% cotyledons and 2% germs. Question number 8 is, food handlers must notify their supervisor if suffering from option A anxiety, option B septic cuts, option C headache and option D depression. Option B, that is septic cuts, as certain types of bacteria such as Staphylococcus aureus that are known to cause a food poisoning can be carried out in the nose, throat and infected damaged skin and sores caused by injuries as well as disease, for example boils and septic cuts. That's why food handler must notify their supervisor if they are suffering from septic cuts. Vitamins are uniformly distributed into the plant tissues. For example, option A is true and option B is false. So it is a false sentence, because as per the plant structure, or as per, you can say that as per the plant anatomical structure, vitamins are not uniformly distributed in the plant tissues. 10. Dash is the excellent source of vitamin B. Option A wheat, option B sorghum, option C peas and option D rice. Option A, that is wheat. There are a variety of vitamin B in a wheat such as thiamine, riboflavin, pyridoxine, niacin, pantothenic acid as well as biotin and folates. These molecules are water soluble and play an important role in a metabolism, particularly the metabolism of carbohydrates, that is thiamine, and protein and fats, that is riboflavin and pyridoxine. Minerals also act as a catalyst for many biological reactions within the body. It is a true or false? The sentence is true, yes, as they help to shore up bones, heal wounds, as well as bolster your immune system. They also convert food into energy and repair the cellular damage. It also speeds up the chemical reactions. What shall be done by the auditor to collect evidence? Option A, audit notes. Option B, photographic evidence. Option C, recording the observation in audit checklist. And option D, all of the above. Option D, that is, above mentioned all the answers are correct, as listed answers such as audit notes and photographic evidence as well as recording of observation in audit checklist, because when auditor conduct audit, he or she may require to capture the photos as an evidence or as a proof, as well as they write down some non-conformities or note, so which includes that audit notes. Let's move forward to our 13th. Which pair of the minerals are required in a small quantity? First is zinc, copper, iodine. Second is calcium. Third is phosphorus, iron and sulfur. And fourth is all of the above. So option A, that is zinc, copper and iodine, the minerals are required in a small quantity, very small quantity, because we all know that this type of minerals are required in only the catalytic activities of hundreds of enzymes. It plays a role in enhancing immune functions, protein and DNA synthesis, wound healing, as well as cell signaling and divisions. Question number 14 is, dash is the ideal medium for transporting dissolved nutrients waste throughout the body. Option A is water, option B milk, option C minerals, and option D none of the above. Definitely option A, that is water. The solvent action of water allows for a substance to be more readily transported. As well as blood, the primary transport fluid in the body is about 78% water. What is glucostatic regulations? Option A, the theory that short-term regulation of food intake is governed by the rate of glucose metabolism rather than by overall blood level of glucose. Option B, the theory that long-term regulation of food intake is governed by the rate of glucose metabolism rather than by the overall blood level of glucose. Option C, both A and B. And option D, none of the above. So is option A. As per definition, option A is correct. That means glucostatic regulation is the short-term regulation of food intake that is governed by the rate of glucose metabolism, or you can say that that is governed by the glucose utilization rather than overall blood level of glucose. Next, 16. The people of developing countries consumed food corresponding to 2600 to 2800 kilocalorie. It is a true or false? It is a true sentence. This is actually very low digit because many developing countries are prone to drought, reducing the amount of food available. Climate change as well as global warming are the exacerbating these situations, and population size. High population growth across the developing world means there are more mouths to feed, but also smaller farm size to produce a food. 15. The developed countries consumed approximately dash kilocalorie. Option A 3300 kilocalorie, option B 34 kilohundred calories, option C both A and B, and option D is none of the above. So the C, that is option 3300 kilocalories and 3400 kilocalories. We all know that the countries become a wealthier, or developed countries more become a wealthier, so that people can afford to eat more. Those in the USA, Italy consumes more than 3300 kilocalories a day due to easy availability and rich nutrients product. Question number 18. In which year of Africa, Asia, and Latin America, 20.9 millions out of 34.6 million children of age group of 1 to 4 years are suffered from protein calorie deficiency? Option A 1965, option B 1980s, option C 1985, and option D 1975. So D, that is 1975. Due to the starvation in 1975 in these listed countries, it is the disease that develops when protein intake or energy intake or both chronically fail to meet the body's requirement these nutritions. Next is question number, what is green revolution? Option A, agriculture in America was converted into modern system. Option B, agriculture in India was converted into modern industrial system with the help of Russia. Option C, agriculture in India was converted into modern industrial system with the help of by the adaptation or adoption of technology such as the use of high yielding variety, HIY seeds, mechanized farm tools, irrigation facilities, pesticides, as well as fertilizers. And option D is none of the above. So, right C. That is, according to the definition of green revolution, it is associated with the agricultural production using the modern system or using the high technical tools and high technical mechanism. What is genetic modification? Option A, it is a process that uses laboratory based technology to alter the DNA makeup of an organism. Option B, it is a process that uses research based analysis to modify DNA. Option C, it is the process that uses only technical data to modify the genes and placed in a human being only. Option D, all of the above. So the correct A. In a simple term, it is a technique to change the characteristics of a plant's, animals, and microorganism by transferring a piece of DNA from one organism to a different organisms. Carbohydrates can be represented by option A CXH2OY, option B CYHO2X, option C CH2O2XY, and option D CHOXY. Option A, that is CXH2OY. As in their simplest form, carbohydrates can be represented by the stoichiometric formula, that is CH2O, all the bracket closed N, where the N is the number of carbons in the molecule. For example, carbohydrates, the ratio of carbon to hydrogen to oxygen in this molecule is 1 is to 2 is to 1. 22. Modern definition of carbohydrates is option A polyhydroxyaldehydes or ketones and their derivatives, option B polyhydroxy amino acids and their derivatives, option C both A and B, option D none of the above. This is option A, that is polyhydroxyaldehydes or ketones and their derivatives. So as per modern definition, it is optically active polyhydroxyaldehydes or ketones or the compound which produce units of such type of hydrolysis. Number 23. Dash is the primary product of photosynthesis. Option A protein, option B starch, option C carbohydrates, and option D all of the above. C, that is carbohydrates. During photosynthesis, carbon dioxide, a gas, is combined with water and solar energy and converted into carbohydrates, a solid form. Formation of carbohydrates is a chemical way to store the sun's energy as a food. 24. Cereals contains a low amount of water. It is a true or false? So definitely the right answer is it is a true sentence because it is due to the slightly lower rates of evapotranspiration rates. Due to evapotranspiration process, cereal contains a low amount of water. Question number 25. Oligosaccharides contain 2 to 10 monosaccharide units joined glycoside linkage. It's a true or false? It is a true sentence because as per the chemical structure, it is observed that it has a joint through the glycoside linkages. Carbohydrate provides how much kilocalorie per gram? Option A 2, option B 1, option C 3 and option D 4. Option D, that is 4 kilocalorie. It is proved that carbohydrate provided 4 kilocalories per gram of unit. 7. Second name of levulose is option A glucose, option B fructose, option C galactose and option D none of the above. So the option B, that is fructose. It is also referred to as a levulose because it has an optical rotation that is strongly levorotatory. And fructose is a simple ketonic monosaccharide. That's why fructose has a second name which is known as a levulose. 8. Agar-agar is the best example of source of dash. Option A disaccharide, option B monosaccharide, option C oligosaccharide, and option D protein. So the correct B, that is monosaccharide, as it has an as agar-agar has an excellent reversibility property when it was melted, and that is why it is considered as a best example of monosaccharides. Question: Arabinose is a plant gum. It's a true or false? It is a true sentence. We all know that the presence of galactose, arabinose, raminose, uronic acids, and galactorinic acids, proteins, calcium, and magnesium as a main structure constituents of a plant's gum. Question: Carbohydrates are represented as a below mentioned formula. Option A Fisher projection formula, option B Howard's cyclic structure, option C conformational formula, and option D all of the above. Option D, that is all of the above. Yes, all of the above formulas are used to represent the carbohydrates. Friends, thank you for watching this video. If you have any queries or if you have any suggestion regarding this videos, kindly just put your comments on the below inbox, or if you have any suggestions with new topics and new ideas, just let us know so that we will definitely get back to you with your requested topics. Thank you. Stay tuned for more. Thank you. Thank you so much.